In this video, we will talk about how to multiply mixed numbers with whole numbers. So I have two examples for us to work through here. Let's check out this first example. Let's say we have 6 times 6 2/3. So we have a whole number and we're multiplying that with a mixed number. How can we do that? Well, it helps if we can first convert both of these numbers to fractions. So to convert 6 to a fraction, we could just write that as 6 over 1 because 6 over 1 is the same as 6. Now, to convert this mixed number to a fraction, we take the denominator, so 3, and multiply it by the whole number, and then add the numerator. So sometimes people call this the C method, because the steps you're taking form a big C. So 3 times 6 is 18, plus 2 is 20. So we can rewrite this as 20 over, we keep the same denominator, so we keep the 3, so 20 over 3. So now we can do 6 over 1 times 20 over 3. Now when we multiply fractions like this, we can just multiply the values in the numerators straight across, and then multiply the values in the denominator straight across. But if we want, before we perform the multiplication, we can first check if we can cross-reduce. So look at the numbers that are diagonally across from each other, and see if you can reduce them at all. So for this example, we can see that we have a 6 right here and a 3 right here. They share a common factor of 3, or in other words, they can both be divided by 3. So we could first divide both of these by 3 to kind of simplify the fractions before we start multiplying. So if we do 3 divided by 3, that's 1. So we can cross this out and make it a 1. And then 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we can cross this out and make it a 2. So now we can do 2 times 20, which is 40. And in the denominator, we have 1 times 1, which is just 1. So we get 40 over 1, which is the same as 40. So this is our final answer. 6 times 6 2/3 is 40. All right, let's try one more example. Let's say we have 4 3/5 times 3. So we have a mixed number, and we're multiplying that with a whole number. So again, let's convert both of these to fractions first. So to convert 4 3/5 to a fraction, we can say let's take 5, multiply it by the whole number. So 5 times 4 is 20, and add the numerator of 3. So 20 plus 3 is 23. So we can rewrite this as 23 over, we keep the same denominator, so we keep the 5. So 4 3/5 can be rewritten as 23 over 5. And then the 3, that can just be rewritten as 3 over 1, since 3 over 1 is the same as 3. So again, we have two fractions, so we can just multiply the values in the numerator straight across and the denominator straight across. But we'll first check if we can cross-reduce it all. So if we look at the values that are diagonally across from each other, is there any way to reduce a 23 and a 1? No. Is there any way to reduce a 3 and a 5? No, because they don't share any factors. So in this case, we can't cross-reduce it all. So we just have to multiply the values straight across. So 23 times 3, that's 69, divided by 5 times 1 is 5. So we get 69 over 5. So this is an improper fraction. So for our final answer, let's convert it to a mixed number. So the way we can do that is say 69 divided by 5. So we can do a little long division. So how many 5s go into 6? That would be 1. So we'll write a 1 right here. And then we'll do 5 times 1, which is 5. So we subtract a 5. 6 minus 5 is 1. Bring down the next number, so bring down this 9. How many 5s go into 19? That would be 3. So 3 times 5 is 15. So we can subtract a 15. And we get 19 minus 15, which is 4. Now notice there are no more numbers to bring down. So that means we're done. Or in other words, 4 is our remainder. So we can write that as 4 over the number that we divided by, 5. So we can write it as 4 over 5. So our final answer is going to be 13 4/5. So 4 3/5 times 3 is 13 4/5. So those were just a couple different examples of how you can multiply mixed numbers with whole numbers.